Sa video natin ngayon, we will solve a pre-stressed concrete problem from the CE Board exam last November 2024. Now, we have an irregular section, but you don't have to worry since binigay naman yung section properties. You don't have to solve the area saka yung moment of inertia, as well as the centroid. So, yung section shown daw is subjected to pre-stressing with the cable following a linear profile to ensure structural stability. The joist is simply supported on a span of 12 meters. Now, ito yung keyword. Yung cable daw follows a linear profile. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pala horizontal yung profile ng tendons natin. Now, usually kasi sa mga lumabas na board exam from 2010, yung ina-assume kasi na profile ng tendons is simply horizontal. Sabihin natin, ito yung neutral axis. Yung profile ng tendon, ina-assume na perfectly horizontal. So, ano yung implication? Yung implication yan is, yung eccentricity, ayan, is constant all throughout. From the support going to the other end, same lang yung value ng E. Constant siya. Kaya yung ginagamit na E is hindi siya magbabago. Depende na lang sa kung ano yung given na eccentricity. However, dito sa problem, it's explicitly stated na linear profile wherein yung eccentricity sa support is 50 mm above the neutral axis, but doon naman sa midspan, 260 mm below the neutral axis. So, mag-iiba pala yung eccentricity as we move along the span. So, hindi lang isa yung value ng eccentricity. We have to solve the specific eccentricity at a point if hindi sa support or midspan yung tinatanong. If nasa support or midspan, then we can readily use the given. Ayan. But mamaya may isosolve tayo na hindi naman sa midspan. So, yung gagawin natin first, sulat natin yung mga given. So, yung eccentricity sa support is equal to 50. Ayan. Lagyan na lang natin ng E support. Ayan. Yung eccentricity naman sa midspan is equal to 260. Then, yung area natin, 2.25 times 10 to the power of 5. Ayan. Then, our moment of inertia about the x-axis, the axis of bending, is equal to 5 times 10 to the 9. Then, also given yung unit weight ng concrete. So, we have here 23.54. Now, meron ding superimposed dead load. Kapag sinabing superimposed dead load, hindi pa yan including self-weight. So, whatever this value is, i-add pa natin yung due to self-weight, yung W due to self-weight, if we are to solve at service conditions. So, yung superimposed, lagyan ko na lang ng WSDL. Ayan, we have 3.5. Then, for our dimensions, we have H is equal to 520. Yung thickness naman dito sa top, although hindi na natin yan kailangan sa problem natin, we have 75. Then, yung Y from the top is 165. Ito yung location ng centroid. Then, A is 150. B naman is 75. Ayan. Then, we have a final pre-stressing force equal to 700. So, label natin yan as P. 700 kilonewtons. Ayan. So again, ito yung profile ng mga previous na lumabas sa board exam. But we will not be using this sa problem na to. Remove ko na lang. Now, for our first question, we have to compute the stress at the top fiber near the support due to pre-stress alone. Ayan. Now, sinabi dyan near the support. So we can use the eccentricity which is equal to 50. Now, explain ko muna yung profile. Yung beam natin is simply supported. So, sabihin natin, ito yan. Di ba alam natin na yung height is equal to 520. So, ito yan. Ito yung side view ng beam. 520 mm. Then, our neutral axis is 165 mm from the top. So, ito yan. 165. Ayan. Ito yung neutral axis. So, at the support daw, yung eccentricity is equal to 50 mm. And again, above the neutral axis. So, andito yan. Somewhere dyan, yung eccentricity natin. Now, doon din sa kabila, since dito naman yung roller support natin. Assume ko na lang na andito yung hinge, tas ito naman yung roller support. Ayan. So, dito rin sa kabila, 50 mm above the neutral axis. Now, sa midspan naman, dito sa gitna, yung eccentricity niya is 260 mm below the neutral axis. So, probably nandito. Ayan. Now, sir, bakit ganito yung profile? Ganito yung naging profile natin kasi di ba kapag dinraw natin yung moment diagram ng simply supported span tapos merong uniform load over the whole span, yung maximum moment will occur sa gitna. So at the midspan, doon kailangan malaki yung eccentricity to be able to offset the tensile stresses. Kasi weak kasi yung concrete sa tension. Then doon naman sa supports, kaya above the neutral axis, is because nag-add tayo ng pre-stressing force which will cause a compressive stress. So applying the pre-stressing force above the neutral axis will just ensure na due to pre-stress, magiging zero yung stress doon sa supports. Or close to zero, not necessarily zero. Ayan. So connect natin to sa midspan, tapos ito rin. Yan yung magiging profile natin. So in order to solve the eccentricity at a point, for example, gusto kong i-compute yung stresses at this particular point, ayan, then I have to solve this eccentricity by ratio and proportion. Ayan. So, lagay natin yung distances na kailangan natin. This one is equal to 260. Then, doon naman sa supports, ito, this will be 50. Ayan, 50 mm above the neutral axis. Ayan. So, analyze muna natin. For the stress at the top fiber near the support, due to pre-stress alone, let's check kung ano yung magiging bending stress na makukos ng pre-stress. In this first problem, by the way, copy ko na lang to sa succeeding questions natin. Ayan. For our first problem, since near the support yung tinatanong, yung pre-stressing force natin will be applied 50 mm above the neutral axis din. So, andyan yung pre-stressing force natin. Ayan, both ends. So, yung mangyayari dyan, if above the neutral axis yung eccentricity natin, ano yung magiging bending ng beam? Check muna natin. If we look at the left end, and we take moments about the neutral axis, ano yung moment na makukause ng force na to? Ayan, di ba, kapag nag-moment tayo dyan sa gitna, this will cause a clockwise rotation. So, due to pre-stress pala, we have this figure. Ayan, ito yung neutral axis, tapos in-apply natin yung eccentricity above. Ayan. So, yung magiging moment dyan, again, sa left end, we have clockwise. Tapos, doon naman sa right end, kapag nag-moment tayo sa neutral axis, then we have a counterclockwise rotation pag in-apply natin to. So, counterclockwise will be in this direction. Ayan. Now, kapag in-apply mo yung moments na yan at both ends, di ba yung mangyayari is magkakaroon ng positive bending. Ayan, ganito yung bending ng beam. So, kapag magbe-bend yung beam na paganyan, di ba yung lumiit na arc is the top one. So, ito yung compression, tas ito humaba siya. So, ito yung tension. So, at the top fiber, due to pre-stress, in compression pala siya. Ayan. Now, due to pre-stress alone lang yung tinatanong. So, combined stresses lang, normal stress, force over area, then plus the bending stress, which is sa top side in compression. So, we have here, the stress at the top is equal to, yung sign convention na lang natin, para hindi siya magko-conflict sa convention natin sa statics. Negative na lang yung compression, tapos positive naman yung tension. Ayan. Yung pre-stressing force is always acting toward the cross-section. So, always compressive yan. Minus P over A. Then, due to pre-stress naman, we have compression yung top. So, minus pa rin. MC over I. Ayan, bending stress. But what is M? Diba yung moment is just the force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. Now, ito yung P, pre-stressing force natin. Ito naman yung eccentricity. So, yung M pala is equal to P multiplied by the eccentricity. So, that's why sa maraming books, ginagawa na yung PEC over I. Ayan. But yung C na gagamitin natin, since top fiber, is the distance from the top going to the neutral axis. So, yan yung YT. Ayan, Y top. Yung given sa problem, 165. So, input na lang natin yung mga given. For letter A, we have the stress at the top doon sa support. This will be minus P over A. Then, minus P multiplied by the eccentricity at the support multiplied by Y top divided by I. Now, yung P natin is in, di ba, in kilonewtons yun. Ayan, yung pre-stressing force is in kilonewtons. So, we have to convert it into Newton para maging megapascal yung resulting stress. Sinabi kasi sa problem na in MPa. Ayan. Yung A, wala nang problema since naka mm squared na yan. Ito. Now, dito naman, yung P dyan is in Kn pa rin. So, multiply this by 1,000 para maging Newton siya. So, press equals. We have minus 4.266. Ayan. Yung resulting sign natin is negative, meaning in compression pala siya. So, kopyahin natin yan. The stress at the top is equal to 4.27 megapascal and then in compression. Ayan. Now, take note lang na yung choices sa word exam, magiging ganito yung itsura niya. Merong 4.27 dyan, tas ilalagay na in compression, meron ding 4.27 na ilalagay in tension. So, getting the numerical value is not enough. Dapat alam mo if in compression ba siya or in tension. Now, yung lumabas na sign sa atin is negative and our assumption is negative yung compression. So, yung stress sa top is in compression. Now, merong maraming books na yung ina-assume nila is compression is positive, tension is negative. Now, the reason for that is yung pre-stressing force kasi is always compressive. So, to avoid inputting a lot of negative signs, kaya yung ina-assume nila, positive yung compression, negative yung tension. But again, personally, mas prefer ko na minus yung compression plus yung tension para hindi siya mag-conflict sa assumptions ko sa ibang topics naman. But it actually depends on your preference. Now, para meron tayong trick na choices para dito, let's try using plus. Yan. Let's say nagkamali tayo. Yung nagamit natin na sign is plus. So, yung magiging sagot mo is 1.956. So, lagyan natin ng choices mga tricky choices na lang. 4.27 tension, 4.27 compression, tapos 1.96 tension, then 1.96 compression. Ayan. So, kung kayo yung nag-take, then sagot niyo dapat is 4.27 compression, which is letter B. Now, proceed naman tayo sa next question. Compute the stress daw at the bottom fiber in megapascal at L/4 due to pre-stress alone. Now, for this problem, we will first solve this using ratio and proportion. But if ayaw nyo, then you can apply naman linear interpolation. If parabolic profile, then you can use quadratic interpolation. So again, we want the stress at the bottom fiber at L/4 due to pre-stress alone. Now, at L/4, di ba yung total length natin is 12 meters. Ayan. Now, at L/4, that would be 1/4 of the span. Now, ano yung 12/4? Di ba 12/4 is equal to 3 meters. So, we want to analyze pala the stress at 3 meters from the left end. Ayan, 3 meters. Ito yung L/4. So, yung matitirang distance going to the midspan is also equal to 3. Ayan, 3 meters. Pinakita ko yan kasi yan yung gagamitin natin para sa ratio and proportion. Now, hindi pa natin alam if above or below the neutral axis yung magiging eccentricity at L/4. But since approximately scaled naman yung problem natin, then we can see na at L/4, below na siya sa neutral axis. But you have to verify with your calculations. Ayan, kasi pwede kasing itanong, ano naman yung stress at 0.4 meters from the left end. Ayan. So, it would probably be at this point. So, hindi ka sure if above or below the neutral axis. Ayan. So, yung gagawin natin dyan, we will apply ratio and proportion sa triangle na to. Yung whole triangle na yan. So, we have this figure. Yung blue line na yan, yan yung neutral axis. So, this top distance is equal to 50. Tapos, ito namang nasa ilalim, ayan, 260 yan. Now, this is only going to the midspan. So, kalahati ng 12 is equal to 6 meters. Yan yung magiging horizontal distance. Now, we want to analyze the eccentricity at L/4. So, at L/4, nasa gitna lang yan. So, ito yan. Now, babalik ta rin ko na lang yung triangle para automatic na yung eccentricity. Gawin na lang natin ganito. Meron pa kasing additional calculations if yung triangle kanina. But essentially, similar triangle lang yun. So, this would be 3 meters. Then, again, this is 50. So, we want to compute this height. Ayan. Ano yung height na yan? So, by ratio and proportion, we have 260 plus 50. That would be 310. This is to a horizontal distance of 6 meters over 6. Ayan. Now, for this one naman, I will assume the total height as y. Ayan. So, we have y is to, ano yung horizontal distance? Diba, 3 meters. Y is to 3. So, actually, since kalahati lang yung L/4 ng L/2, then yung magiging value ng y is simply half of 310. But if we want the formula in terms of variables, then we have, for the ratio and proportion, E support plus E midspan is to L/2. Yung L pala natin is 12 meters. Ayan. Equate natin yan sa y over 3. Yung 3 is galing sa L/4. So, solving y, we have 155. Diba, kalahati lang yan ng 310. But, hindi pa yan yung eccentricity. Kasi yung 155 is the total height. Yung eccentricity natin is yung distance lang patungo sa neutral axis. Which is, ito lang, yung distance na yan. So for the eccentricity pala, palagay natin, yung eccentricity will be y minus 50. Ayan, yung 50 is ito. Y, yung total height, minus 50. So, store natin yan sa y. Then, yung eccentricity at L over 4, or that's simply 0.25 L, is equal to y minus E support. Ayan. So, paano natin nalaman pala na yung eccentricity is below the midspan? Yung nakuha nating value is 155 for the total height, which is greater than 50. So, kaya below the neutral axis. If hindi siya greater than 50, then it means na above the neutral axis yung magiging eccentricity mo. But yun nga lang, babawasan mo pa. If lesser than 50, then magiging 50 minus yung nakuha mong value. Halimbawa, yung ina-analyze mo na point is andito. So, you can solve this height. So, yung eccentricity niya toward the neutral axis will be 50 minus this distance. Yan, parang ganun lang. However, if gusto mo na sure agad, you can use linear interpolation. So, ito yung gagawin natin. Input mo lang dito yung necessary values. So, dito ka sa mode, tapos linear. If linear profile, doon ka sa linear. Parabolic naman, quadratic. So, dito tayo sa stat 3, then linear 2. Then, we will input values for x and y. We only need 2 points. But for quadratic interpolation, kailangan natin ng 3 points. So, yung first point natin will be dito sa support. That would be at x equals 0 if we measure x from the left end. So, at 0, yung height is equal to positive 50 above the neutral axis kasi. Ayan. Now, at x equals half of the span naman, ito 6 meters yung sa midspan. Yung eccentricity is 260 mm below the neutral axis. So, minus 260 yan, equals. Now, press CA. Since we want the eccentricity at 3 meters from the left end, just press ups. Tapos, dito ka sa regression. Then, alam natin yung x value. Diba? 3 meters. Yung hindi natin alam is yung eccentricity at that point. So, input mo yung y hat. Nasa 5 yan. Then, lagyan mo ng 3 meters. Yan yung corresponding value of x at this particular point, L over 4. So, press equals. We have minus 105. Minus yan since below the neutral axis. So, diba? Ito rin yung nakuha natin. 105. Below the neutral axis. Ayan. So, if you want to use interpolation, you may do so. So, lagay ko na lang yung inputs natin. Ayan. Below the neutral axis. Then, for our data, ito yung in-input natin. Ayan. By interpolation. So, balik na tayo sa problem natin. Yung eccentricity is below the neutral axis. So, ano yung mangyayari sa bending? Kopyahin ko na lang to. Due to pre-stress. Ayan. Mag-iba na kasi yung orientation for this particular point. Ayan. Instead of above the neutral axis, yung pre-stressing force is already applied below the neutral axis. So, kapag below the neutral axis, andito na yan, what would happen? Diba kapag nag-moment ako sa neutral axis, dito sa left end, we have this force, this will cause a counterclockwise rotation about the neutral axis. So, pag ganyan. Tapos, ito naman, this will cause a clockwise rotation about the neutral axis. So, ganito yung direction. Now, kapag in-apply ko yan sa beam, meron akong counterclockwise dyan, tas dito naman clockwise. Diba yung magiging bending niya, resulting bending, is negative bending, pag ganito. Ayan, counter kasi dyan, tas ito naman clockwise. So, yung magiging compression is the bottom fiber na, since ito yung lumiit. Tas yung humaba is the top fiber. So, in tension. Now, we want the stress at the bottom fiber. So, in compression siya, due to pre-stress. Therefore, for the stress at the bottom at L over 4 or 0.25 L na lang, we would have minus P over A. Actually, pwede natin tong i-copy. Ayan. Minus P over A. But since yung bottom fiber is in compression din due to pre-stress, then this will be minus din yung sign niya. Ayan. Now, yung eccentricity na gagamitin natin will be the eccentricity at 0.25 L. Ayan. Then, yung farthest distance naman from the neutral axis is hindi na magiging YT. Instead, we will use Y bottom since bottom fiber kasi yung tanong. Now, that will be the total height minus Y sub T. Or pwede natin yung ilagay dito. Ayan. Ito yung Y sub T. Yung y sub bottom is this distance. Ayan. So, di ba, YB is equal to 520 minus 165. Kunin na lang natin yung numerical value niya. Tapos, lagyan natin ng Y bottom. Ayan. So, ito rin Y bottom. So, this will be equal to 355. So, press equals, we have minus 8.33. So, yung magiging stress at the bottom fiber, we have 8.33. The negative sign yung lumabas. So, meaning in compression siya. Now, lagyan naman natin ng trap na choices. Ayan. So, yung lumabas sa atin is 8.33. So, lagyan din natin ng tension. Tapos, what if plus yung ginamit na sign? Tapos, kung plus yung ginamit, 2.107 or 2.11. Ayan, dalawa yan. Now, for letter C naman, what is the maximum final pre-stressing force due to dead load and pre-stress that will not produce tensile stress at the midspan? So, yung tanong is, ano daw yung pre-stressing force para mag-zero yung tensile stress at the midspan? Then, again sinabi na due to dead load and pre-stress na. So, we will also include the superimposed dead load as well as the self-weight. Now, if we will check sa problem natin, yung superimposed dead load is 3.5 kN per meter. Lagay natin yan sa beam natin. Ayan, this is 3.5 kN per meter. But hindi pa yan including yung self-weight. Kasi diba superimposed yung sinabi. So what we have to do is, we have to calculate W due to self-weight. Now given yung unit weight ng concrete, we just have to multiply this by the cross-sectional area of the beam. Ayan, gamma ng concrete multiplied by the area. So we have here 23.54. Ito yung given sa problem, kilonewton per meter cube. Ayan. Tapos yung area naman, naka mm squared. 2.25 times 10 to the 5. Nandito sa sinulat natin dyan. So, 2.25 times 10 to the 5. Ayan. However, this unit is in mm squared. So, what we have to do here is we have to convert mm squared into m squared para mag-cancel yung unit dyan. Essentially, kapag naging m squared na yan, yung matitira sa ilalim is meter na lang. So, kilonewton per meter, that's already a uniform load acting over the span. So, convert natin to. We want to cancel mm. So, lagay tayo ng mm dyan. And, convert natin into m squared. So, dito yung m. Now, 1 meter is equal to 1,000 mm. But since naka-square yan, we also have to square the conversion factor. Ayan. So, this will be W due to self-weight. So, kapag sinolve natin yan, W due to self-weight. Ayan. We have here gamma of concrete multiplied by the area divided by 1,000 squared. Mas square kasi yan, yung sa ilalim. So, press equals, we have 5.297. So, yung magiging total dead load natin, WDL, we have the superimposed load plus the uniform load due to self-weight, 5.297. Now, due to the load, since acting downward yan, yung magiging bending ng beam is, di ba, positive bending. Magbe-bend siya pa ganyan. So, the top fiber will be subjected to compression and the bottom fiber naman will be subjected to tension. Tapos, ito yung neutral axis. Now, usually, yung magagovern is yung service loads. As we can see from the figure, yung bottom is subjected to tension. So, if that's subjected to tension, yan yung isa-set natin to 0 para ma-solve natin yung final pre-stressing force. Kasi sinabi kasing tensile stress. But for the purpose of discussion, we will check the top and the bottom fiber. Kung ano yung possible values nila. So, start muna tayo sa top. Although, alam ko na mas magandang i-analyze ko na lang agad yung bottom. Ayan. So, for the top, yung magiging combined stress niya is, again, due to pre-stress, same pa rin, below the neutral axis, we still have this configuration. Ayan. Due to pre-stress. Ito naman, yan yung due to the service loads. Due to load. Ayan. So, at the top, we have minus P over A. By the way, we have to clear P pala. Clear P. Ayan. So, minus P over A. Then, convert this into kilonewtons. Para yung resulting na sagot natin is already in Kn. Ayan. We leave the conversion factor. So, minus P over A. Then, due to the pre-stressing force, tension yung top. So, plus PEC over I. Convert muna natin into newtons. Ayan, times 1,000. Then, yung eccentricity na gagamitin natin is the eccentricity at the midspan. Ayan. So, PE, then multiplied by C. Top fiber yan. So, we have to use Y top. Then, divided by I. Now, due to the load, we have MC over I. M times Y top divided by I. So, ano yung magiging value ng M? Yung magiging value ng M is maximum moment sa midspan yan. Di ba, meron tayong formula if the uniform load is acting over the whole span, which is WL squared over 8. So, solve muna natin yung W total. This will be W due to the superimposed dead load plus W due to self-weight. This will give us 8.797. Ito yan, kapag inad mo yung dalawa. So, our M here at the midspan is WL squared over 8. By the way, W total pala. Ayan. We have 158.337. So, yan na yung M dyan. However, this is in kilonewton meter. Kasi diba, Kn per M yan, tas yung L natin is in meters. So, we have to convert this into Newton mm. Just multiply this by 1,000 squared. Or pwede rin times 10 to the power of 6. Same lang yung dalawa. Actually, mas maganda yung 10 to the 6. Ayan. Y top over I. So, we set this to 0. And we solve the pre-stressing force. YT pala yung naset natin na variable. Hindi Y top. Nagalin na lang natin. Ayan. Now, merong mali sa sign natin. Notice na due to load, diba, yan yung MC over I. Due to the load, yung top naman is in compression. So, this must be minus pala. Ayan. So, we have 1,263.46. Now, compute naman natin sa bottom. So, sa bottom, due to pre-stress, in compression siya. Then, due to the load, in tension. So, yung MC over I, positive. Yung PEC over I naman, due to pre-stress, should be negative. Kasi compression. So, input natin yung values natin. We have minus P times 1,000 over the area. Ito yung normal compressive stress due to the pre-stressing force. Then, magpapalitan lang ng signs yung dalawa. Ito sila. So, due to pre-stress, compression, minus na yan. Ito. Tapos, due to the load, tension naman. This will be positive. But also, since bottom na yan, yung ina-analyze natin is the bottom fiber, we have to use Y bottom. Ayan. Y bot pala. Ito. Y bot, saka ito rin. So, we solve P. And we will obtain a value of 490.818. Now, this is in kilonewtons. So, if you will check, meron tayong two values. Yung first value is 1,263. Yung second value naman is 490.81. However, kapag ito yung in-apply natin, yung 1,263, masyadong lalaki yung compressive stress dito sa bottom. So, we choose the lesser value. But again, by principle, yung gusto natin is walang tensile stress at the midspan. What governs here is yung bending due to the load. Ayan. Yung due to the load is tensile kasi yung bottom. So, para makuha mo agad yung sagot, yung bottom na lang, yun yung isiset mo to 0. Ayan. By the way, hindi nakita dyan na equal 0. But by default kasi yung MathCAD is, kapag nag-solve ka ng variable, in-equate na yung equation to 0. Ayan. So, we choose this value, 490.82. Para walang tensile stress. And doon naman sa top fiber, we also reduce the compressive stress. So, ito yung sagot natin. Ayan. Yung unit ng 490 is kilonewtons. So, we have 490.82 kilonewtons. So, ito naman, lagyan natin ng trap choices. Yung sagot natin is 490.82. Or sabihin natin 491. Dito naman sa letter C. So, yung letter D natin, yung assuming doon sa top. 1263.46 or 1264 na lang. Ayan. Then, yung isang choice, if nagkamali tayo ng ginamit na Y, sabihin natin, Y top yung ginamit. Y top. YT pala. We have 401. Then, kapag ito naman, yung ginamit dyan is Y bottom. We have 802. Ayan. So, yung sagot natin is letter C. Dito naman, letter D.